This little tutorial is going to be for a very quick little heart. Now, as much as I'm making the heart to go on top of my cactus that I've just done a video for, I thought it'd be nice because some people might just want to make little hearts. You can make all sorts of things, garlands, little hanging decorations. I'm going to be doing some other hearts as well, some different designs. Just having a look, I'm getting a call there. I'm just going to decline. It's my daughter. She knows what I'm going to be doing this anyway. So yes, it is linked with the cactus design I've just done, but I decided to do it separate just in case you wanted a separate little heart. It's ever so quick to do as well. I still have my 3.5mm hook, and again I'm just using double knit yarn, and I've got a little bit of toy stuffing there as well. So I'm going to move these to one side. We don't want these. This is just a bit of a little bit of an end of red yarn that I've got. Now this is a weird one to sort of explain. It's not hard, but it is a little bit odd. You can hear the cat meowing. I'll let her in as soon as I finish this, so it's not going to take long. So we have a slip stitch onto our hook, and I'm going to start, like I always do, with 2 chain. Now into this first chain I'm going to be doing 6 double crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and I'm just going to tighten that up. Now I want to increase on the next one, but I'm only going to increase 3 times. I know quite often at this point I'm doing 2 in each, but I'm not. I'm going to do 2 in one, 1 in the next one, and I'm going to repeat that 3 times. So get that first stitch. It's always hard, that first one, and I'm going to do 2 double crochets in here, again remembering I am UK terms. Then I'm going to do 1 double crochet in the second one. That's 1 set, so I'm going to do that again. 2 in this one, 1 in the next one, so that's 2 sets. I'm going to do 2 double crochets, I'm going to do 1 double crochet, and I'm going to tighten that up again. I now have 9 stitches. I'm now going to just do 1 double crochet into each of those 9. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and I'm going to finish that there, because what that actually is the first bump on there. I'm not going to be doing a slip stitch, I'm just going to fasten off. So I just cut my yarn and I'm just going to fasten off, make sure everything's tight, push it out the way I want it to be, which is this way, so you can see that's the top. So we're going to do a second one. Now the second one you do not fasten off from. If you did, it's not the end of the world, but it just means you're sort of having to mess about with yarn. Well, this is getting really tangled. So anything when it gets to the end of a ball, you sort of end up with it like this. So I hope this is going to behave. In fact, shall I just untangle it a little bit? Because otherwise we're going to get in a mess, aren't we? There we go. I think that's loosened up enough for us to be able to do it. So I'm going to start the same as I did with the other one, with our slip stitch, and then I'm going to do my 2 chain. It is an amigurumi heart. So 2 chain, and into my first I'm going to do my 6 double crochets. 1, 2, and my stomach's still rumbling. 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now for my increase, it's got to be the same as this one, so it's going to be 2 in the first one, 1 in the second one, and you repeat that, well, total 3 times, but 2 more times after that first one. So we have 2 in the first one, 1 in the second one, 2 in my third one, 1 in my fourth one, 2 in number 5, and 1 in number 6. So we now have 9 stitches. Tighten everything up, and I'm going to do 1 double crochet into each of those 9. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And I am not fastening off, I'm keeping it like that. So I need to push it out. So can you see we've got our two little bumps now, which is the top of our heart. So you can see the shape there. Now this next one is a little bit weird. I am going to be writing some of these patterns up, but sometimes this one's easier to do rather than explain verbally. So I'm not worrying where I'm going to start here. All I'm going to do is take these two and I'm going to put a hook in one of the double crochets, doesn't matter which one. Then I'm going to pull all that tight, pull it through and do a double crochet. So essentially I've joined the two together. Now I need to go all the way around that one and all the way around that one to come back in a double crochet in each stitch, and it brings it together nicely. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a little bit of a pain where that is, but it does fold in. And going round. Don't need to worry too much about counting, just as long as you're going all the way around. I don't know whether you can hear the cat, she's determined to get in. She doesn't normally whine that much. She likes the radiator in here though. So that's round one of them. Now can you see where this joiny bit is? I'm just going to jump into the next one onto that side, yeah, and I'm going to go round this one. Looks like we're making a little tiny bra for a doll, which I'm not, but that's what it looks like. So I'm almost round to where I started. Push that through, can you see? I want it quite a cute little top actually, wouldn't it? So I need a couple more stitches and I'm going to say I'm round, and then I need to detangle this yarn a bit. So I have now gone round, one double crochet all the way around both parts. So I'm just going to loosen this yarn up a bit. It's gonna, I think it will tangle at some point. I'm gonna have to sit and wind it up into a little ball. There we go, that should do. So that is the basic top of the heart. Now you do need to make sure we pull any ends in, make sure they're nice and neat at the top. Now all I'm going to be doing is going round and round and round, but I'm going to do a decrease this end and this end. So here will be two together, here will be two together. The rest will just be one double crochet in each. So I'm just decreasing at either side of the heart to start to pull it into its shape, and we're going to do that for a couple of rounds and see how we go. I've actually got that down as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times I did those rounds, so it's not much to do. So the only other thing is I do have a tendency to forget where I started, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to pinch a little bit of yarn because it's a bit hard to get a stitch marker in there, and hopefully I'm going to pop this through. I mean, if you're sat quiet counting, that didn't work, did it? My yarn's split. Never mind, that'll do. I've got a curly bit in there now. It will be fine. If you're not having to talk, you will probably be able to do it, but I do get distracted. So off we go. One double crochet into every stitch round, but then we're going to decrease at each side. So I'm not counting. So I'm looking now, I'm going, yeah, I'd say that's the side. So I want to decrease here. So two together. And then just one double crochet all the way over to the other side. So I'm almost there. So it's just by eye this. I'm not going to say I'm not counting. Yes, I'd say that looks like it's the other side. So two together. And then just double crochet back to the beginning. There we go, so we've got our little bit of yarn there. It does look like it's in the middle a bit, so I'm going to have to watch that. So we have the two shapes coming together. You see that? So we're going to do that again. It'll be just a double crochet in every stitch, but we will decrease there and we will decrease there. Round we go. 1, 2, we could count it, I suppose. 3 and 4. I've done 4, then I'm going to do 2 together. And then I'm going to go round all the way over to the other side. Just one double crochet into each double crochet. I hope this red isn't glaring too much. It's an awful colour to video, I know. I would say that is the side again, so 2 together, and then just double crochet back to our beginning. Right, I'm going to move this because this is looking like it's too much in the middle, so I'm not sure where it is. So I'm going to pop it in there and pull it through. That'll make a really nice doll hair, won't it? Look how curly and wavy it's come out. It's really nice. So that was our second time doing that. We're going to go around again. So this is time number 3. So it's just double crochet in each one, but decrease here, decrease there, which is just 2 together. I hope this is making sense. 2 together, and then just double crochet all the way around to the other side of the heart. And I think I'm there. 2 together, and then just double crochet up to our marker. I'm going to sort my wool out again. I'm trying to be good and use the ends. I sometimes get a little bit impatient. It gets to this point and I'm like, oh. So I'll start a new ball of wool, but then I end up with lots of bits. So that's not a good idea either. So this is going to tangle anyways. Oh, don't tangle on me, please. You'll see how we go. So can you see how we're getting a heart shape now? So that was our third one, if I remember rightly. So 1, 2, and 3. I've got 2 more rounds like that. So off we go. Just double crochet until we get to the sides, and then sort of position yourself, 2 together, and then double crochet all the way across to the other side, two together. Keep those 2 togethers tight so you don't get any little holes, and back to the beginning. Oh, I can't believe how my stomach's rumbling. Oh dear, I think my priority is getting something to eat when we finish this video. Oh, I really don't want to have to break this yarn and start again, because it does make it difficult to show if you've had to stop start. Right, what I am going to do though, because you see there's all these bits and it's all driving me up the wall, I'm going to tuck them inside. Tuck them into the sort of point bits of the heart though, well, the top parts of the heart, and they're out of the way. Use them as a little bit of stuffing as well. So we have 2 more rounds like this. So we just double crochet till we get to our side point, which is here. So it's getting nearer and nearer now because the point's getting sort of sharper and sharper. And then double crochet all the way over to the other side. And 2 together, and double crochet back to the beginning. I'm going to do 1 more round like this. Can you see how close it's coming in now? So this is our last one, so you'll only have a couple of double crochets before that side, so it is literally 2 there, and then we do our 2 together, and then we're going to double crochet over to the other side, so it should be 4 stitches if I've worked that out right. And there we go, not in time again. As I should have made it into a little ball. My daughter bought me a lovely little yarn ball as well, so I could have done that. I could have got to use my yarn bowl then, never mind. So 2 more, and then we have a decrease, and then we just double crochet to the center, which should be 2 stitches. It is. Right, we need to really stuff now. I'm going to take my marker out. I don't need it, because all we're going to be doing after this stuffing is 2 double crochets together, 2 double crochets together, all the way around until it's closed up. So we really do need to get this in now. Perhaps I could have done with popping it in a little bit earlier, but I do, as I mentioned before, like to leave doing the stuffing until the last minute, because I don't like the stuffing catching in my stitches. It's a little bit more, I think. Let me move that stuffing out of the way. Right, I'm pushing it all the way in because I don't want it, as I said, to catch on my stitches. You can always sort of move it up as when you've finished anyway. So 2 together till closed. Easy peasy. How long have we taken? This has taken 15 minutes, and some of that was me talking before we got started, so that's pretty good. That's quite a quick heart there. So just 2 together. It is fiddly to hold at this point. Keep them tight, because if you do get holes, the stuffing will show through. I think I'm just going to make this one more 2 together. If you can go further, that's great. Make it as small as you can. I'm going to leave it at that, nice and long, because I want that for sewing on. Or if you're not doing that, that doesn't matter. But in my particular situation, I'm just going to do a slip stitch to finish, pull it through, and fasten. Now I'm going to get my needle. And if you think there are any holes, this is the time you can actually alter it. Can you see this bit? This bit's going to annoy me. Can you see it sticking through? So what I'm going to do, an easy way of remedying that, is push it all the way through, over the top of it, and pull it in. There we go, instant neat. It does sometimes happen, you know, if these aren't tight enough, especially when you're working at this size, it can be a little bit awkward. So let me push that back through to the bottom. And I'm actually going to stitch this. Oh, my stomach. I can't wait to hear this playback. I bet you can't even hear it, but I can. My stomach sounds like it's going like mad. I'm going to stitch this onto the top of my cactus, but of course you've just made a little heart. You could make it for anything. Look at this cutie little cactus now. Whether this be a little Valentine's gift or you just want to make it so it looks cute on your side. I know I mentioned before you could put little eyes on them. In fact, I mentioned doing eyes on the cactus. Well, why not do eyes on the heart? You could do it either way. So I'm just stitching it on. This is more for the people who've done the cactus as well, so they can have a little check on how I've attached. Just some basic stitching. Just make sure it's nice and secure on there. And I think that is about it. I will fasten it off in a second. So there I have my little cactus with its little hearts, a little Valentine's cactus. But it's really just a pattern for a heart as well for you guys who want to make some little hearts. So thank you very much for watching that. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe and share if you did enjoy what you see. More to come, more themes. Obviously there's different things. I want some Mother's Day things, some Easter things. Can't wait to get onto my Easter stuff. I love doing the things that are related to chocolate as well there. So that is what's going to be coming up very soon. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.